inwardly experienced all that is in my book, Philosophy of Spiritual Activity, and feels that this book was for him a stimulation, and that now he has reached the point where he can himself actually reproduce the thoughts just as they are there presented. If a person holds the same relationship to this book that a virtuoso in playing a selection on the piano holds to the composer of the piece, that is, he reproduces the whole thing within himself, naturally according to his ability to do so, then, through the strictly built-up sequence of thought of this book, for it is written in this manner, catharsis will be developed to a high degree. For the important thing in such things as this book is that the thoughts are all placed in such a way that they become active. In many other books of the present, just by changing the system a little, what has been said earlier in the book can just as well be said later. In the Philosophy of Spiritual Activity, this is not possible. Page 150 can as little be placed 50 pages earlier in the subject matter as the hind legs of a dog can be exchanged with the forelegs. For the book is a logically arranged organism, and the working out of the thoughts in it has an effect similar to an inner schooling. Hence there are various methods of bringing about catharsis. If a person has not been successful in doing this after having gone through this book, he should not think that what has been said is untrue, but rather that he has not studied it properly or with sufficient energy or thoroughness. Something else must now be considered, and that is that when this catharsis has taken place, when the astral organs have been formed in the astral body, it must all be imprinted within the ether body. In the pre-Christian initiation, it was done in the following manner. After the pupil had undergone the suitable preparatory training, which often lasted for years, he was told, the time has now come when the astral body has developed far enough to have astral organs of perception. Now these can become aware of their counterpart in the ether body. Then the pupil was subjected to a procedure which today, at least for our cultural epoch, is not only unnecessary, but is not in all seriousness feasible. He was put into a lethargic condition for 3.5 days, and was treated during this time in such a way that not only the astral body left the physical and ether bodies, a thing that occurs every night in sleep, but to a certain degree the ether body also was lifted out, but care was taken that the physical body remained intact, and that the pupil did not die in the meantime. The ether body was then liberated from the forces of the physical body which act upon it. It had become, as it were, elastic and plastic, and when the sensatory organs that had been formed in the astral body sank down into it, the ether body received an imprint from the whole astral body. When the pupil was brought again into a normal condition by the Hierophant, when the astral body and ego were again united with the physical and ether bodies, a procedure which the Hierophant well understood, then not only did he experience catharsis, but also what is called illumination, or photismos. The pupil could then not only perceive in the world around him all those things that were physically perceptible, but he could employ the spiritual organs of perception, which means he could see and perceive the spiritual. Initiation consisted essentially of these two processes, purification or purging, and illumination. Then the course of human evolution entered upon a phase in which it gradually became impossible to draw the ether body out of the physical without a very great disturbance in all its functions, because the whole tendency of the post-Atlantean evolution was to cause the ether body to be attached closer and closer to the physical body. It was, consequently, necessary to carry out other methods of initiation, which proceed in such a manner that without the separating of the physical and ether bodies, the astral body, having become sufficiently developed through catharsis, unable of itself to return again to the physical and etheric bodies, was able to imprint its organs on the ether body in spite of the hindrance of the physical body. What had to happen was that stronger forces had to become active in meditation and concentration, in order that there might be the strong impulse in the astral body for overcoming the power of resistance of the physical body. In the first
so much, but there's nothing anybody can say about that either. you been up to, Claudio?
Man, just studying Egyptian walls and just sharing experiences. Put my ISIS in the Bible on Wednesdays. Working on law. Yeah, all good stuff.
Yeah.
Your small business is yours. Your dream, your ideas, your livelihood. Protect what's yours with Spectrum Business's award-winning multi-layered security. Spectrum Business, made to safeguard your business.
Febreze. Your bathroom needs Febreze Small Spaces. The always-on odor-fighting air freshener you set and forget. No outlets used, no batteries needed, no effort required. So your bathroom stays continuously fresh for 45 days. That's the power of Febreze Small Spaces.
Today we're going to discuss a somewhat incredible discovery, or I guess...
Not really. What is the demiurge?
I'm not much of a...
Oh, it looks like I'm stuck in that challenge. The sound of silence. I got this, no problem. Whoa, whoa, wrong button.